So, what if some of the biggest roadblocks to your energy, digestion, and even your mood weren't just stress or hormones, but something much deeper? So, today's guest believes that parasites and hidden toxins are draining us in ways that most people never imagine, and she is on a mission to change that. Welcome to the Life Lounge podcast. This is your front row seat to everything happening inside Life Network. I am your host, Karie Johnson, and each week we bring you top voices, transformational brands, and insider updates you don't want to miss. This is where self-transformation meets community, because when we grow together, we go farther. So let's dive in. Today's guest, I am sitting down with Kim Rogers, the founder of Rogers Hood Apothecary. And after years of chronic illness, surgeries, and frustration with conventional medicine, Kim turned to natural remedies to detox and heal. Out of her own healing journey, she created products like Parasite, a full parasite cleansing system, and the Fulvic Soak mineral-rich detox bath. Her mission is to empower everyday people to reclaim their health through simple natural tools. And so, to be honest, right up front, so Kim has sent me the Parasite Kit and the Fulvic Soak. I have yet to start it because I have a couple trips coming up, and I'm so excited just to learn everything that I can so I can dive into this cleanse as soon as I get back. So I am curious just as much as everybody listening today ready to learn why parasite cleansing matters and how to do it safely. Welcome to the Life Lounge podcast, Kim.
Thanks for having me.
Oh.
It's so good to be here.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are so grateful to have you because, we were talking before we hit record. Parasite cleansing is a hot topic.
It is. I definitely have pushed the taboo subject
I love it.
pretty hard. I'm like, what else can I come out with?
Yes, exactly right. What other product can I create just to kind of keep this controversy going? But no, it's so many people do have questions, and inside Life Network too, people ask questions about parasite cleanses too, and Instagram, I'm sure, TikTok, people just talk about it all the time, but there's many ways to do it incorrectly too. So, and I really want to get into like myths and, controversy stuff behind it too. But before we do that, Kim, can you take us back? What was going on in your health specifically that led you to seek answers beyond conventional care?
So I do come from Western medicine. I've been in it since 2004. I hold 2 healthcare degrees, and I'm kind of a nerd. So I was valedictorian over both those degrees because I really love learning.
So cool.
When I go in hard. Like, I'm not just gonna like put my foot in and be like, okay, what's that like?
Yeah.
No, I've jumped in.
You're amazing. Thank goodness for
So
people like you.
we just really are nerdy, right? We're
Yes.
just like going after it. Really, my goal here is to educate humanity and have a better understanding of our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So it just happened to be that I did not know about parasite cleansing and
Yeah.
how important and vital it is within my own life and how it affected me so terribly. I mean, I was so sick from not cleansing my body out that my husband and I in 2019 wrapped up our life. We quit our jobs and we went out to our recreational property to build a log home and basically say goodbye to me because my body was just not in a good
Oh my
space.
gosh.
I was so, so sick, and the doctors could not tell me what was going on with me.
Mm.
I had had 13 surgeries and a hysterectomy. I hadn't gone to the bathroom for almost a month.
Whoa.
Poop.
Whoa.
And that was really detrimental to my mind and to my body. So, after a year and a half of being on a journey with mushrooms and really trying to figure out what was going on with me, I came across a video of a girl who was sharing her journey and said, I almost unalived myself over worms. And it just stopped me in my tracks. And I thought, I mean, anything's
Yeah.
possible, right? I love salmon. I love sushi. I live on a lake. I've walked barefoot. I had dogs who had
Yep.
worms. I have all those symptoms. Like, why not just give this a try? And so I couldn't have any more surgeries. And so I decided to order what she was talking about.
Yeah.
And within 3 days, I saw roundworm flukes and pinworms in the
Oh,
toilet.
geez.
And I knew
Whew.
right that like, the pain on my right side stopped. Some of the symptoms that I had had, I actually ended up going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many things that in that
Whew.
moment, a light bulb went off and I just stopped and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I gotta talk about this."
Heck yeah. Like from the rooftops, which is what you're doing now. I love it. From pain to purpose.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. I just stopped, paused, and then made a video, and that video went really viral.
Wow. So why what do you think why did it go viral? Is it because of just like your own journey because people probably knew like your background too and you were trying all the things and all the surgeries and this really wasn't that long ago, like
No,
2019. Yeah, or is it just because it's such a
2021.
wow. Or is it just
Yeah.
because it's such a hot topic and people are just yeah, what do you think?
I think the way I did the video, because I am pretty charismatic and I don't really have a lot of fluff when I talk, I'm real straightforward. And I just said, I've been in Western medicine for over 18 years and I've never dewormed myself until now. And I saw carcasses everywhere. They came out my skin and my urine. Like I was real direct in that
Yeah,
video.
oh,
And
I'm
it was
sure.
only 60 seconds, but you got my entire story in
Yeah,
60
yeah,
seconds. And it just stopped a million people in 2 hours.
yeah.
Like the first time I'd ever gone any sort of viral like that. And so it actually ended up shutting down my app because there were so many people commenting. So my phone was overheating and I'm
That's
like,
hilarious.
"Oh my gosh, what
Yeah,
is happening
yeah.
here?" And I just knew right then, I just knew I had to keep going, and I actually haven't stopped since. I do something every single day that has to do with this topic.
Okay. Yeah, like right now and just continuing
Yep.
to spread the word and because people are very curious and there's a lot of people out there too that are, there's a lot of misinformation as well. So that's what I kind of like I want to get to that as well. And so then what led you to start to create your own line then specifically?
So that was in July of 21, and I just kept reading and comments were being put in, and so I didn't bind and I wasn't doing heavy metal detoxing and I was only using wormwood, garlic, black walnut hull, and clove. And I started researching because I come from, the human body medicine. And so whether you're holistic or you're Western medicine, it's still the human body.
Mhm.
And so I started reviewing like what else should I be doing with this? And I started talking about other people's companies that they were sending me stuff. So I realized that this was a miss, that there wasn't a kit out there. People didn't know to bind. I didn't know to bind. I mean, Western medicine, you use charcoal in the emergency room for someone that's overdosed or had alcohol poisoning, not a binder while you're cleansing.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
And yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
So I'm reading everything and I'm spending like 8 hours a day helping my community online. And I thought, why don't I just do this myself? Well, I wasn't really in, like, the best health space still, like, just because I had done one cleanse didn't, like, help me be so much better, but I was in a space where I could help someone else help me, and so I met a gal online, and she ended up now running the other half of Rogers Hood in Arkansas because we make our own product, and so we just kinda joined forces in September of 2021 and we slowly started developing a website, and she had space at her house in Arkansas, so she had, like, a little shop in the backyard, and so we just slowly started building this this company because it was so important for me to know exactly what I was putting in my body. A lot of products have just natural ingredients, but they won't tell you everything, and so I'm on a mission to be transparent, and I'm not gonna talk about someone else's product that's not transparent with us as society. So that was it. I just slowly started chipping away, and December of 21, we, launched our first kit, Parafy,
Yeah.
and it sold 500 the first hour.
No way. You're like, "We're onto something here."
Totally, totally, because it included parasites, candida, heavy metal detoxing, and the binder, and it's 100 bucks.
Yeah,
So and instructions,
right.
and it comes from me where I'm gonna talk with you, and I'm really, like, adamant about knowledge and information, and so
Mhm.
it's just been a whirlwind since.
Yeah, and then you have more and more products that you're adding to the line of kits and specific cleanses as well too, right?
Yeah, every time I've had something wrong with me. So we had I had parasites, candida, and heavy metals, And then, a year into that, I ended up finding out we were actually living in mold in our travel trailer while we were building our log home. So I had mold poisoning. And then, 2 years ago, I found out I've actually had chronic Lyme for 30 years. And then I probably should not have had a hysterectomy if I had been tested for these 2 co-infections plus chronic Lyme that I've had since I was around 13.
Wow.
And
That's
so
big.
I created another kit for that,
Yeah.
and I actually do talk a lot about Lyme now because the fact that 2 years ago, I found out that that was really a lot of my problems, and
Yeah, and,
so, yeah, so
unfortunately, there's a lot of people also with Lyme and mold exposure and all of the things. Like you said, unfortunately, you have had to go through all those things, but now you're able to help so many people, and you have this incredible mission that you're just helping people on the daily, every minute, it sounds like.
Yep,
That's
all day.
all day. Oh my goodness gracious. So, yeah, I mean, I had candida parasites as well. It was before that too. I think it was like 2018, 2019, and I did go through some cleanses, but what I love about yours is it is all in a kit, and, like, I was reading some of the literature, like the ebook that I can download. I I was asking my doctor, like, nonstop all these questions. I would send these emails back and forth, but it was not in there to begin with. Like, it felt like I was just like, "Here you go, go do this," and I just didn't feel, like, very supported. So with your kit,
Yeah.
like, just, like, looking through it from the start, I knew all of it. I'm like, "Okay, this girl's know what she's doing."
Oh,
Oh,
thanks.
yeah.
I do. I really do. I think a lot of people are, like, timid to say that, but I really do know what I'm doing. I really did dig into this and did not realize how viral it was going to go this last 4 years, but I really do know what, bringing those herbs in synergistically and how they're gonna help your body and what you're gonna feel like, and just having an understanding of knowing your body is so validating, and I think that that's where we're all at with chronic illnesses and taboo subjects like this, is that we just need a little validation to be like, "Oh, okay, so this is a thing. You can get it from pets and lakes and walking barefoot, and it could be one of my root causes, if not some people's main root
True.
cause." And you can just bring in some herbs that are a frequency to help with that ailment, and I feel like just people understanding that little amount of knowledge really goes a long way, and I feel like Western medicine has definitely not done that for us,
No,
including myself.
no, so
You know, I
prescription.
love Western medicine, but I also love the fact that, like, holistic is so much more helpful because we do explain things better.
Yeah. Not only explain things, but I can get down to the root cause and actually
Yeah.
cure it versus just put the Band-Aid on it or the prescription and be on your way, and good luck to you, and here's your prescription for the rest of your life, so
Totally, and then, "Oh, wait, you have a side effect.
Yeah,
So let's
exactly.
give you something
Something
else
else.
for that side effect."
Yeah, and it's just a spiral, and it's not fun, so and I know there's so many people who are thankfully more and more in tune and aware of that nowadays, and that's, like, you are at this crossroads of people just that are more aware and need more help outside of the Western medicine, and there definitely is a time and place for it as well too, for sure, but I think that there's other avenues that we can go down, and like you said, like, maybe like, so if somebody is curious about doing the parasite cleanse, well, they're like, "Well, I have a few symptoms, but maybe not all of them. Should I still do this?" What would you recommend?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We should be doing this 3 to 4 times a year because we're exposed every day, all day long, not just to parasites, but to heavy metals. And they hold heavy metals and they're weighted down by heavy metals. So you go in and say you're eating a ton of cilantro, you're releasing the heavy metals out of your body, but it's also releasing them. So you need something else to come in and sweep them out while you're doing other style of cleanses. And that's why we created it all in one little box, because when you do go in and start doing one cleanse, you're disrupting any other type of environmental toxin that might be in your body.
Yeah.
So you should bring in an herb to help with that.
Right.
It shouldn't just be one at a time, in my opinion. And I've done this for almost 5 years now. You can actually watch my entire journey. I record myself every day. So you can see me getting better
Mm,
throughout this time by doing a system like this.
right.
Now, I have done a lot of heavy metal, detox cleanses where it's just that, but I always bring in some sort of anti-parasitic herb with it just because you're releasing them, and I think that that's a part that we as society have not really been taught A and P of our bodies. So That's a big one to me.
Yes, 100%. So then is there people that shouldn't do it then?
People that are on blood thinners, chemo meds, pregnant, and breastfeeding. And I chose the strictest age and the strictest herb, which is under the age of 3. So if you look at the herbs, because we publish everything, we're very transparent. You can email us about anything and we'll answer you. Um, you have to decide. I have to
Of
say, because
course.
of legality, that
Disclaimer.
over the age of 3.
Yep.
But, I mean, it's clove and garlic and wormwood and Oregon grapefruit, and then I brought in some other herbs that help with Lyme and viruses and bacteria because they can hold, 6 to 8 times their weight in spores, viruses, bacteria, and heavy metals. So when you're killing them off, they're dumping all of that back into your body, so you're trying to find a protective layer, and that's what herbs do. They protect it from going back into your bloodstream.
And that's
They're
the
not.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Like Herxheimer reaction, right? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, the die-off that made people just feel horrible,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
Typically.
and we try and avoid that with the Parafy kit. That's why we brought in a binder because it'll help bind the toxins to have them remove your out of your body versus them absorb back into your body. But when you have Herxheimer's die-offs, it's pretty normal because 'cause they're peeing and pooping in our bodies. I mean, it sounds so gross, but it's the truth.
Fun.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's just such a wild concept, and I think as a Western medicine country, we just think, "Oh, this couldn't happen to us," but we're just kind of in the dark. Other countries deworm and cleanse, and we just happen to not fall suit with that because of the curriculum that we have followed the last 101
Very
years.
true. That's a good point. Yeah, there's tons of other countries that always
Mhm.
do this, and it's gone back, like, I don't even know, like, thousands and
Thousands of
thousands of
years.
years.
Yeah, as long as herbs have been around. I mean, that's really what this is just kind of re-engaging ourselves back into natural remedies that have been around forever. I didn't invent this. I just happen to know which herbs should go into a kit and prepare it. And then we just have a 10,000 square foot manufacturing facility that we built ourselves in
Yeah. So
Arkansas.
cool.
And yeah, I mean, we just kind of put it all together and I feel like people have a better understanding of their bodies after they do deworm their bodies and get rid of some of those heavy metals and things that are causing noise in your body.
That's a good way to put it, some noise. So, can you speak specifically to that then? So, for people who are curious, like, what type of symptoms should they look for?
Grinding the teeth is one I always tell people because it's kind of
I do that.
shocking, right? They think, "Oh, it's stress." But really, parasites can hijack your nervous system and your lymphatic system, and your body is telling you something's going on. They can also absorb most calcium and most magnesium, and those 2 things are needed in order for your nervous system to stay calm. So when it's being absorbed into something else and making something else thrive in your body is like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And so that's really what the cause is for the grinding, not just stress,
Okay,
but
that's good.
drooling, IBS, staying up all night. So insomnia is a really big indication. They're nocturnal creatures, and so they're up around 7 p.m. at night, and that's their morning.
Oh my gosh.
So all of a sudden at 7, you're like, "I gotta eat. I need to have that sugar. That's a craving," right? You're like, "Okay, maybe I should feed them this anti-parasitic instead of this candy bar."
100%, yes. Oh my gosh. It's like when you, like, really think about it, you're like, "What is happening inside my body right now?" That's scary.
It is. It's such a crazy foreign thing. I think everyone thinks that when I talk about all this, I'm like, "Woo!" I mean, I kinda am, but at the same time, it's also weird to me. Like, I see things come out of my body, and I'm like, "Oh my god, now what is that
Yeah,
thing?"
yeah, and it just makes sense because it's just like you said, like, we really should be doing this frequently because pets, like, are in just environment that we're in. We don't live in a bubble, nor should we either, but yeah, like, it's we need to kind of still be able to live in the amazing world that we have, but to in order to kinda do that, we need to get rid of some of those
Yeah.
nasty things.
Yeah, because what if, like, you're not feeling well and it really could just be something simple that you do a few times a year and it starts to make you feel better because 'cause you're absorbing your nutrients, because they can absorb 90% of your nutrients at any given time. So it's basically just having them thrive, and then you're like, "Why am I so brain fogged? What's wrong with my skin?"
Yes.
That was a huge one for me because
Okay.
I have great skin.
Yeah,
I've worked
you
really hard
do.
my whole life to have good skin, and during this period where I was really struggling with parasites, and it was in our water. That was how we found out where we were being continuously recontaminated while we were cleansing was it was actually in our water, which is pretty normal.
Okay.
I've tested water around our country and they don't test for nematodes, which are physical worms.
Wow.
And so it's kind of a standard. I live in Seattle and I've tested the water here and it tested positive for nematodes. So, worms in the water has been a huge contributing factor
Yeah.
to my previous health decline.
Okay.
So that, it's really just about figuring out like, could this be it? Could once I do start to cleanse my body like this, could it be something else going on in my body? But at least having an idea is really where most people want to start, you
That's a
know?
good point. Yeah, because like you said, you're a little bit more in tune with your body. You're like, okay, I almost have like a fresh slate or fresh start, and like listening to your body, some of the symptoms, and maybe there is something else going on, but at least you're kind of like got rid of like maybe some other things that's happening too. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah, that's true. So people don't have to necessarily have like every single one of those symptoms that you said, even just like one or two, and right, and should definitely still do it.
We should just be doing it even if you have 0 symptoms.
Okay.
It is so easy to catch a parasite. It's so easy. Say you go to Mexico and you drink their water. Well, just like
That's a
here,
good
don't
point.
drink the water here in the States, but you get some ice. You eat some raw produce. You have some raw, like, fish, or you don't cook your cow right,
Yeah,
chickens, I'm picking on chicken right
I'm
now, like,
sure.
it's on my list. Everybody is now hating salmon, but now they're gonna hate chicken. But say you just don't eat something that is fully cooked and you eat it raw, especially pork, and I don't know if a lot of people know, but, RFK Jr. has neurocystic which is a tapeworm in the brain and got it from undercooked pork. It is that easy to
Gosh.
catch a parasite by
Wow.
just not cooking it completely.
That makes
You
sense.
can't see it. You can't see that egg.
Yeah.
So, and those they can cross our blood-brain barrier, and they can cause a lot of issues.
Yeah, so like you said, even if you're not noticing some of the symptoms, it's still good to do. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, like, maybe I should do this before my trip.
No, you should do it
Okay.
after. You should go and enjoy your trip.
Yeah.
And have a great time, and then just know that when you get back, you'll want to cleanse,
Yeah.
and then anytime you go on a trip, like,
Cleanse
I
after.
travel a lot,
Yeah.
and I do my cleansing. I actually started yesterday.
Okay.
We have a big group cleanse starting on in a couple of days, and so I just periodically do them. Like, I don't always plan my cleanses, but intuitively now, I'm
Mm,
like, "It's time for me to do a good 30-day like, flush out. I feel like I've craved some sugar lately,
right.
which is a huge sign of a parasite.
True.
So, it's really just you start to feel it, and when you're on a parasite cleanse like Parafy, you start to feel better, and so you strive for wanting to feel better.
100%, yeah, because once you've tasted that, what that feels like, then you're like, "Why would I feel any that I should never feel any different anymore." So that makes sense, and your body intuitively tells you after you've done this for so many times, you're like, "Okay, it's time." But that
Yes.
does make sense to do it after trips, and that's what I was like, "I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
wait till that." 'Cause I
Yeah, go have
yeah,
fun, like, go do you, and then come back and just cleanse
yeah,
and know that, go have a good time. Like, I eat questionably out there
yeah,
in life now,
right,
but I just know that I'll either take it prior to eating questionably
okay.
or right after, or I just know I'm gonna come home and do a
Yeah,
cleanse.
okay, that's good. So that's it. Helpful to be able to just kinda live our life too at the same time, but then know that we're supported by your amazing product line. So then going into, like, the fulvic soak, can you tell us a little bit more, about the minerals and the detox baths? Why is that an important piece of the puzzle?
Have you seen my video where it swam out of the worms
I
swam out of
did.
my feet? Isn't it great?
Yes. I love that you put
I
those out there, though.
They're fun, right? They're shocking. They're shocking, but, like, I was just as shocked in those moments. I had no idea that things could swim out of your feet. N 0, and I had to, like, go and research it. How? Why? What happened? Like, I even did a video through my first fulvic soak. I did a video and literally I was like, nothing is coming out. I don't feel anything. So this is how all of you cleansers feel when nothing happens. And then seconds I look down and there's this thread worm just circling around, swimming, and I'm like, "No, man, that's the air," and then it went backwards up the water, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
no,
not
that
air.
thing's alive, it's moving, what is happening here? I can't even believe this."
Oh my
It was
gosh.
so shocking.
That is
I love
crazy.
Volvic, it's my favorite, it's why we sell it
Yeah.
because it's such a nice calming, like, helps detox your body, helps pull things out of your pores of your
Wow.
feet.
That's amazing. So is that something that you recommend people to do in conjunction with the Parify, right? Or can it be also be done separately at any time or
Both.
okay.
Yeah, it can be done anytime. Sometimes I'll just do full week just to do it to make myself feel a little bit better, but I don't think a lot of people know that you absorb things through your skin, and so it really is the number one way to get, like, vitamins and stuff into your body, and so when you're doing a 30-minute fulvic soak, you're actually absorbing the nutrients inside of that fulvic into your body, which
Amazing.
then makes you inhospitable and they don't want to stay in you, and that's why they swim out of your feet. That's an
Gotcha.
exit point for them.
Wow. That's amazing. The body's so
It's
amazing.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
cool. Oh my goodness. So I'm sure you have like thousands and thousands of transformational stories from your community. Is there like one or two that stand out the most to you?
I would say probably the guy, his name is Tyler, and he is the one that does our bottles. So he's been with us since the day we started this, 4 years ago, and him and his wife have tried to have a child for around 3 years, and I told him, I said, "Tyler, I'm gonna send you a kit. I need you to just you and your wife just try it. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? And you're gonna see some worms. You might feel better, you know?" So, they did it for the 30 days, and then they waited a few weeks after, and now they have a one-year-old. So,
Wow.
it's been
Oh,
an amazing journey. When you start to clean out your body will respond and will feel like it can actually like, if you're wanting to have a child, it's really a great way to just start cleansing out your system. If you're if you're helping another living frequency inside of your body, it's not gonna try and put another one in,
right,
right? So, you really
exactly.
need to kinda go through and just do a bunch of check marks like, do I have this feeling? Is this what's going on with me? And just have a better understanding, but Tyler now has a one-year-old boy, and we've had a few of these success
Oh,
stories.
I'm
He's just
sure.
given me permission to tell his because it is such an amazing thing that
Yeah,
they've tried so hard to have a child,
right. And
and then
when you put it like that too, like the body won't accept something else coming into it. So that's a really, really good way to think about that too. So,
yeah,
oh,
because 'cause they're alive.
yes,
They're a living frequency. We all are living frequencies, and when you are okay, so the best way I can describe because a lot of people don't always understand how frequencies work, but when you vibrate at your homeostasis level, when you wake up in the mornings, your body is consistently trying to keep you at that homeostasis level. If you have another frequency inside of your body, like a parasite or mold or Lyme, they have their own frequency. So you're already in a negative when you
true.
wake up
That's a good
if
point.
you have those in your body. So you're then fighting for yourself to get yourself back to the homeostasis frequency. Every time you wake up, you're already in a negative.
Oh man,
So if you're trying to get yourself into a more,
positive
positive
state.
state,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you do. You just cleanse and you wake up and you know that you're going to have to wake up and do this and just continuously keep yourself at trying to get to that homeostasis level.
Does that affect like anxiety and depression as well because of the like negative mindset
Yeah.
maybe that you're in, or not just mindset, just like the whole entire body?
Yes, it keeps you in fight or flight. Your body doesn't know what this environmental toxin invader is. And so it's going in and trying to defend itself, right? And the problem is that parasites and environmental toxins are encapsulated in a thing called a biofilm and mucus. So when you're just doing some just like say you go and just buy a parasite cleanse off of line and it doesn't have a biofilm breaker in it, you're getting rid of some of the things, but you're not actually going in and like removing them, burning their house down, which is what the biofilm is. It's the house.
Gotcha.
And so that's kind of what's different also about the Parafy kit is that I use lungwort lichen, which is a very old foraged herb that comes from the trees. And so it breaks that biofilm down, exposing them.
Mm,
And then you can get rid of more of them when you do this.
okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm sure that there's a lot of people listening that are like, where do I buy this? This sounds amazing. Yes.
You
Go.
can go on rogershood.com
Yeah.
just so I don't forget,
I
but
know.
Rogers Hood's where I sell all of our products, but you can also find all of this information on our accounts, and I have free ebooks like you said. I don't charge for my knowledge. I have hundreds of podcasts that I do just because it's important for all of us to understand our bodies.
And there's so many people that are curious, and there's a lot of misinformation out there as well too. So then can you speak to that? Because we had a couple member questions come in specifically. I know we already talked about one. One was like, how do we know if parasites are affecting you? And I know we talked about that quite a bit, but like some people are asking like, why has it become so popular? And it's almost like a viral trend that you see just on, TikTok and things like that. So why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, I am the worm queen.
That's true.
And I do make things go viral because of the fact that it's so important. And I think that we are waking up as like a medical awakening is happening and understanding that we've somewhat been lied to about the way our bodies operate
Yeah.
and how we can actually have parasites and mold and Lyme and other environmental toxins like heavy metals in our body and candida. And, a lot of people don't realize candida is a parasite.
Mm-hmm. Oh
And
yeah.
anything that feeds off a host is a parasite.
Mm,
So, I don't think that we've been pervy as society in Western medicine countries to understand our bodies enough, and I feel like people will do a cleanse and go, "Oh my god, I feel so much better."
yeah.
Well, yeah, you're removing inflammation and you're breaking mucus down and you're removing things that are energetically thieves
That's a good way to put it.
and taking your life force, right? You are giving all of your energy to something that doesn't care. And so you're trying to remove all of that. And I think people are waking up to understanding that this is really a thing that's going on in our country.
100%. Yeah, no, that you hit the nail on the head with all of that. So that's because people are more in tune of, other ways to just heal themselves versus just a prescription and things like that, or just listening to the way things always have been done in our country. And they're like, no, there's other ways to do it. And so I'm grateful for all the work that you do and that you do put out there just for free, like you said, like you're going back to your roots of like the love of learning and just your valedictorian roots, and like you're pouring this out now into the community. And just thank you for doing that for us. I
Yeah,
appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
Oh,
I feel grateful that I've had the opportunity to be able to go viral and actually use what I went viral on. A lot of people will go viral and it'll be something that like that's it. It's a one video and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, no."
yeah,
Like
we're
as
gonna keep going.
soon yeah, I'm going. And I looked at my husband cuz there was a moment we were still building and I was still pretty sick. And I looked at my husband when I started going viral and I go, this is it. Like, I'm going to have to run with this, right? And he looked at me and he goes, Kim. And I said, I know, I'm going with it though. And I think I did like 10 videos that day. I just kept going. And it's, I can talk about the body and I can talk about medicine and I can talk about the way all of this works.
Mhm.
So I feel very fortunate that I've had that opportunity.
Yeah, and you can talk about it because some people, it's like it's either way too scientific and it's not as approachable, for the everyday person too. And so you're able to kind of bring it just to every single person, so it completely makes sense too. So I'm glad that your husband was like, okay, glad that
I
he was
mean,
on
he was
board.
he was a little hesitant. I'm like, "Listen," because I used to be a professor and I used to run 25 medical colleges, and I had to step away because of my own health. And so I looked at him, I'm like, "I can just use social media as my classroom."
Hmm,
And he
totally.
goes, "No matter what you say right now, I know you're doing this."
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, Great husband there to support you with this, and yeah, like, it's like the thing that they say, like, "This didn't happen to me, it happened for me," so, like, you're definitely paint a purpose story, and, like, you just knew, like, this is like, "Here we go. There's no stopping me." That's awesome. Oh, okay, so we do have another member question that came in too. So, mucoid plaque versus a parasite, how do you differentiate? How do you know the difference?
So mucoid plaque is plaque that's in your colon, just like what's in your heart. You can have plaque buildup, which is things like grease and parasites actually will live inside of that mucoid plaque. They really like that area. They don't have to work very hard for their nutrients. It's just absorbed. So that's why we created Gutty. Gutty is a 4 ingredient chia seeds, psyllium husk, clay, and charcoal. And what it does is it kind of goes in like a pressure washer and cleans out that mucoid plaque in that area, allowing your colon to thrive again because
Mm,
it's like coated inside of this smooth long intestine area with the colon at the end,
wow.
right? So our intestines are around 22 to 30 feet long.
Mhm.
And so when the backs up at the end, then it just kind of sits and chills inside of it. So the psyllium husk and the chia seeds go in and like pressure wash it out
Crazy.
while the charcoal and the clay act as a magnet. So charcoal and clay are negative charged herbs and toxins are a positive charged. And so it magnetizes and then it pulls it all out at once,
Hmm.
kind of sliding it out because you've gone in and pressure washed it at the top and then it slides it all out. And some people's come out and it's black and gooey and it looks like it formed the colon because it did.
Oh,
But it pulls everything out with it so that it's not just still sitting there. And we do recommend doing this.
yeah. I mean, it sounds a little intense, but so and I love the name. I mean, obviously, that is, like, on point, gutty, like, that is on point, literally, like, it's like it's
It's gutting
it is
you.
getting you. So then who should do this and why?
Well, anyone can do it. Anyone that's not in that first category that
Right.
we talked about. And you should do it at least a couple of times a year. You can do it once a month. We actually give the recipe. If you email us, we'll give it to you if you try it from us and you really like it. Some people love Gutty for ropeworm.
Okay.
Ropeworm is a legit real issue that is never talked about. It's lays in the lower part of your back, causing you to have back problems, and Gutty will like magnetize it and have it pull out. It's really great. And you can do this as just a nice colon cleanse, mucoid plaque cleanse,
Okay.
a prep before you do the Parafy kit.
Okay.
So our system is you would do Gutty for 3 days and then you break for 4 days and then you start the Parafy kit. And it just helps prime your body and helps your colon get cleansed out.
That's good.
But you can do just Gutty too. Some people do it just because it makes them feel so much better just pulling all of that out. They're not bound up like some people that are constipated. I veer on the safety of if you are constipated, you shouldn't take charcoal, but some people take Gutty because of the psyllium husk and the way that the chia seeds go in and pressure wash, that then they end up going poop.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's really, really good to know. And it's yeah, even as a prep for the Parafy kit too, like, that's I'm gonna have to do that. Like, that sounds like
Yeah.
that's
Did
a
I
good kit.
send it to you,
I will
Carrie?
have to double check my kit to see if that one's in there.
Okay.
If not, then
Yeah, just let me know. I'll get it off to you if
yeah.
not since you're not doing it yet until you go back from your vacation.
Yeah.
I do recommend anyone that does Gutty, if you wanna grab a pen and paper, the
Yeah.
way that you should take it because it does set up really fast due to the chia seeds,
Okay.
and it doesn't taste bad, but it's a texture thing.
Right.
So, you get 3 packets of Gutty, you dump half of your first packet, you do 2 cups, so 2 like I like mason jars,
Yeah.
so you do 2 mason jars, split the packet in half,
Okay.
and then do 1 cup of water, do your half of a lime,
Okay.
and then shake and chug.
Okay.
And then do the second one the same. 1 cup of water, the other half of a lime, shake and chug. And it'll not set up as fast, you'll get it down faster. If
Gotcha.
not, you're gonna do 2 full
And
cups
it's, like,
and you're
thick.
gonna try it
Yeah.
yeah, and then it gets all, like, chia
Yeah,
seed
you're
and it's
like
all gel and you're like, "Oh god, I gotta get this down."
you're like, "This is not good." Okay, so that totally makes sense. I will make sure to split it, split the dose.
Yes. Smooth it up. It's so much more helpful to get it done that way versus I mean, I tried chugging it and I did it in 60 seconds
Yeah.
and it was difficult. So,
Oh boy. Yeah. So word to the wise, split the pack in two.
yes.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then the kit that has Gummy Fulvic and the Parafy kit is called the Ultimate Parafy Kit. I know we've got a few different kits. One of them's called Super Parafy, and that one has Red Artist, which is red belted polypore, and Artist Conch. And those two mushrooms are foraged in the deep of the forest. One is for nervous system, and a lot of people have heard of reishi. Well, red belted is actually white reishi and it's a lot higher polysaccharides. So it helps your nervous system. And then artist conch is for digestion. And so it's not just about taking it for the cleanse. You can actually take that every day.
Really?
It's just a really great supplement to add to your daily
Oh
life that
wow.
we don't really get these particular nutrients because they are foraged.
Hmm.
And then we just came out with another kit called the lymph kit.
Oh.
LYMF,
Yeah.
and that one helps move your lymphatic system with herbs, and it also helps with brain fog because it has lion's mane,
Wow.
and lion's mane is the driver to get those herbs into your brain.
Okay.
So, when you take that kit, you can actually take it with the Parafy kit. It just helps boost your cleanse, it helps protect your brain, and just overall makes it for a much better cleanse.
Hmm.
So, almost all of the kits that I've created, you can take them all together
Right.
just for a much better cleanse
Right.
and less die-offs, and we're really pivoting ourselves more into a wellness space than just a cleansing
Yeah.
world of just parasites.
For sure, because, like, once you kinda cleanse and get rid of things, you wanna, like, build that house stronger too, and that's where it would, like, support the digestion, and I'm sure many, many more avenues that you can kinda go down to just kinda rebuild that house stronger.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's really about supporting, not just killing. We get into a killing phase with cleansing. You stay into this phase of kill, 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 but you have to support. And so that's what makes the Parafy kit so much better than just doing a parasite cleanse because I've added herbs in like dandelion root to help with your liver and your blood. And I brought in hawthorn berry. They are taking in conjunction with things like wormwood, which is a killing herb,
Okay.
right? And so you have to support while you're killing. If you
Okay.
just stay in the killing phase, your body is going to start to like go, "Whoa, wait a minute, like my
Yeah.
liver's taxed.
Gotcha.
I'm putting all my energy into this. Where am I getting energy back?" So it really is something that is a fine line when you're going through some sort of a cleanse, but I made sure that I did a lot of research on what support herbs would be best to add in with killing
Okay,
herbs.
that's super smart, and that's, I think, really what also separates you guys too. Not only, like, it's very comprehensive and the knowledge and everything behind it too, but then just, like, the support to kind of really make sure that you're heading in the right path, like, after the cleanse too, so
Yes.
that's amazing. So, yeah, well, I'm excited because it seems like you always come up with some really good new things, so, like, just constantly just bringing more things to life, so thank you. That's so
Constantly. I
cool.
mean, I feel like I had a good option of doing that when I started opening up a manufacturing facility
Yeah,
for Rogers Hood.
cool.
Then I was like, "Okay, what else can I do?"
Mhm.
So, our next one will be a gut cleanse. I'm working on that, and that won't be any issues that I've had where my last 3 kits have all been problems that I've had, and when you run into those type of issues, like, well, when I had my mold cleanse, I was buying 3 different companies, and I have terrible brain fog because mold does that to
Yeah,
you.
true.
And I'm like, "I don't have time. When do I take this? Like, what does this look like?
Exactly.
What Beth binder?" And, like, I'm thinking, "Well, that was the way it felt when I was doing my parasite cleanse. What do I do? How do I do this? Why don't I just make another cleanse? Why don't I just use the herbs that helped me get through my mold
Yeah.
and just make another kit?" And it's exactly like the parasite cleanse.
Okay.
It's 3 tinctures and a binder. It's super
Oh,
simple,
good.
super easy. Same with the lymph, 3 tinctures and a binder. It's just staying consistent, you
Good.
know?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people ready for that gut cleanse too, because yeah, I mean, like I said before too, I've candida, parasites, like nonstop gut issues too. So I manage it now, but it's not, it's not so fun. So
Have you ever done a parasite cleanse before?
I don't. I know I did candida cleanse, and when I had H. pylori as well, and I was on medication for that, and gastroparesis, I was on medication for that as well. But I don't think it was an actual parasite cleanse that I did back in the day. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. It's gonna be good. You're gonna feel so much better. It's gonna be like the Candida cleanse amplified.
Okay. Yes, bring it on.
Yeah. Do you have questions? Like what
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm kind of thinking of, so I'm, busy mom of three, working, like for somebody who is like, this seems like it could be a lot, just another thing to add or to think about. Can you kind of bust through that and just like kind of walk us through maybe just a quick, like what I would do when I get back from my trip so it's not so overwhelming for me?
it's 3 times a day, 15 drops of each one. So if you I think I sent you Parafy, Sustain, and Metal Flush. So it's 15 drops of each of those at once, 3 times a day, and you bind at night.
Okay.
That is it.
Okay.
It's so simple. It's a tincture, so you can add it to water, you can take it straight, you can add it to tea or juice. And when you do the same with children, again, you can adjust the amount of drops you give them, you can adjust the amount of times you give them. It's so much easier than doing a pill. And it goes directly into your bloodstream. Tinctures absorb right into your mouth.
Yeah.
And so it goes right in, it's bioavailable, it's ready to go, but it's a super simple cleanse. And we give you 30 plus days. So I think a lot of people say that it's around 40 to 45 days of actual product
Okay.
that I give you.
Wow.
And I did that specifically. One, you can keep going. So after 30 days, if you're like, I really just want to finish the bottle, finish the bottle.
Right.
That's one option.
Right.
The other option is you can save the amount and do 2 mini cleanses
Mm.
over the full moon.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can do a 5 to 7 day cleanse for, the months in between your every 3 months.
Okay.
And so that's a good one. You can save it for digestion if you're gonna eat questionably, and so
Mhm.
you can just use it, put it in your purse and be like, "Alright, I'm gonna eat this sushi, but I'm gonna take the Parafy kit prior to eating it so that while it's if you do eat something questionably, it'll, like, make your body inhospitable and they won't wanna stay."
Okay.
So, I give you enough to be able to kind of do any of those options that you
Right.
want. I do mine over the full moon for 5 to 7 days prior to the full moon so that that's when they're the most active and you can kind of, like, kill them off.
Amazing. And then would the foot soak, the fulvic foot soak, is that before, during, after, all of the above?
All of
All
it.
of it.
Yeah, I gave you enough that you can do around 4 to 5 foot soaks or a couple of baths. I personally have never taken a bath in Fulvic yet. I haven't lived in a space where it's had a bath. So, I lived in a trailer and then we just kinda moved around and I'm real careful about my filtered water, so I haven't been in a space that's had filtered bath
True.
water.
Okay.
But anyway, so I just do the soak. I do it before, I'll cleanse, and then I'll do it during just to kinda help with any die-offs I might have. And then just it's just a nice feeling soak.
Yeah, I know, that's not like, just anybody wants just a foot soak. Does that happen to help with gout at all, by chance?
Yes.
Okay, really?
Yes. Yeah,
Wow.
fulvic is amazing. Fulvic helps with inflammation. It will help break down mucus. So it'll just help kind of pull and streamline. I had a little swelling last night and I did one
Uh-huh.
because I've been traveling and I haven't been eating the best.
Yeah.
Probably better than I normally eat,
R
but I had a lot of salt.
right.
And so my feet just kind of depuffed, just kind of helped keep it calm for, and then I feel better today.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I think I might even, try that tonight, possibly,
Yes.
because I I've never had this before in my life, but this last weekend, I actually woke up in the middle of the night and, like, I could not move my left foot at all, like, complete pain, and my brother has gout, and I was talking to him about I actually had to go to the ER because I couldn't even walk on my foot. Yeah. So, and he was like, there, even the doctors, they did x-rays and everything, and there was nothing broken. But they're like, well, it could be gout. So they had me do like the tart cherry juice and had me on some inflammation pills. But I'm like, I think I just need to do that instead. So,
Yeah, I think you should, because you have Parafy right now, right?
I do.
You have the
I
kit.
do. Just do that. Get started.
I think you should take some Sustain. I
Okay.
think that I know you're not doing the whole cleanse,
Yeah.
but I think that you should go and take some Sustain for a
Okay.
few days and
Okay.
just see, because research gout and Oregon grapefruit, gout and usnea.
Okay.
So that's all that's in Sustain is Oregon grapefruit, usnea, and peppermint.
Okay.
And Oregon grapefruit is an anti-parasitic. It's my favorite anti-parasitic,
Yeah.
but it's also berberine and it helps with inflammation
Okay.
and it'll help flush your kidneys out.
Oh,
It will also help remove some of the uric acid, which is
great.
gout.
That's yeah, the
And so
crystals.
it will help bring your levels down with your foot and swelling so
Okay,
much.
good.
It is like my go-to every day. I take it in the mornings every single day. It helps keep my Lyme at bay. It helps with my inflammation. It helps with my skin. So
Okay.
it's just something I think that my tinctures help with so many other things. We just are in a niche of parasites, but Sustain will be one of your favorite
Oh my
things you're gonna
gosh.
take every
Okay.
day.
I'm gonna yeah, I'll be adding that in today and my foot soak.
Yeah,
And yeah, so they're like, we're suspecting it's gout. They haven't done like the test for it actually, but it's not gonna hurt. So I might as well just do it
right.
anyways.
Yeah, do a fulvic soak, then do a full dropper of Sustain. And then make sure if you can't take charcoal to go ahead and take something a binder. So, like and then if you do something like chlorella or
Yep.
spirulina or fulvic,
Hmm.
just do it like actual, um, oral fulvic, just do it 2 hours after, just to allow everything
Yes.
to kinda settle.
Separating.
But I do think that you're gonna feel a lot better after you start on the Sustain.
Yay.
It's such a great tincture. It really is something that
Yeah. Oh,
it's just
good.
like a daily love.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited to try it and I will let everybody know. And
Yeah.
you, obviously, but that's awesome. So then, and that's a really good point that you did bring up about binders too. So I get questions about that all the time. Like, so you do want to make sure like 2 hours away from other supplements if they're doing supplements or anything like that at nighttime.
Yeah, that's why I chose Cinnabon, which is the name of our binder,
Okay.
to actually be taken at night or during the day 2 hours after. We are working on a new binder, and it will not have any restrictions. I just had to get new equipment brokered over from China for
Cool.
us to make another binder because we hand make everything. And so
Wow.
right now, our current machine is for Cinnabon. But I am waiting. It'll be here in November, and then we'll be able to actually create another binder, in order for it to just be able to be taken with anything.
That's really helpful.
I know, I'm really
Wow.
excited
I
about
haven't
it.
heard of
It's gonna be
anyone that
great.
does that. That's
Yeah.
incredible. Good for you guys.
Oh. Oh my gosh, like, I love this part. This is what I used to do for a living. I helped with hospitals, I worked in durable medical equipment, so and then my husband, he was an engineer, so we just really have taken and then our business partners, they're super smart, they've done production lines before, so we just taken all of our knowledge and put it together, and so I'm excited about our binder, though, because I struggle with charcoal, and so I don't always take,
Okay.
Cinnabon, and so that really is hard for me because 'cause I'm like, I wanna take my own binder,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
some people love charcoal. Some people can take it every day, no problems.
Yeah.
Me, no. I
Yeah.
need I get bound up. It binds me.
Yeah, and I do, like, just because of my gastroparesis that I've had in the past too, I can get really backed up too pretty quickly, so,
Yeah.
that I'm really excited about that new one too, amazing, oh my gosh,
Me too. I'm really
it just
excited.
keeps coming, Kim.
It does. It does. I'm just like, "What other" I don't want any other problems. I just wanna have good
No, I
solutions.
think and you have such a community of support of people who have all sorts of problems too, it's like, so you could just,
Yeah.
ask people, "What do you need help with?" and create the next thing, so that's so cool. You got a dream team too, it sounds like, surrounding
Oh,
you
yeah.
to do what you do, so
Yeah.
oh, good. Well, I know we are, like, just about at time, Kim, and I wanna be very mindful of our time. I want to just really, quick bust this myth for me. Are parasite cleanses, are they unsafe or too harsh?
No,
Yeah,
they're not unsafe or too harsh, especially with the Parasite kit. It's safe, it's gentle, it's effective, you're gonna feel better, and there's nothing unsafe about it. When you look at the ingredients, you can literally eat anything that's inside of there. It's the way we process the herbs to pull the medicine out. That's it.
exactly. Yeah. So making sure that you're getting Kim's kit because there are some that are probably very questionable out there too. So yeah, and the support that you and your team put out there and the knowledge. So okay, another one that I hear sometimes is if you don't see parasites, it didn't work.
That's incorrect. Not everyone's going to see worms. Not everyone has physical worms, which are called nematodes. Some people have protozoas, which is Giardia, defragilis, and crypto. I had Cryptosporidium parvium, which is parvo, which kills puppies, and it's microscopic. You can't see it.
Yes.
So unless you're pulling your poop out and you're putting it under a microscope, you're never going to see those particular protozoa parasites. And with physical worms, when you're taking something, they can actually like shatter. They can be obliterated and you'll never see anything.
Crazy.
And there are 3 types of cleansers. There's flushers, there's lookers, and there's diggers. So unless you're digging, you may never see anything either. And I'm not a digger. I'm
No,
a looker and a flusher.
100%. Me too.
And I've seen things. So, but not everyone has physical worms. And so nematodes are things like flatworm, roundworm, tapeworm, pinworms, hookworms, and whipworms. Those are physical worms. And so not everyone has physical worms. Some people just have a protozoa. And so you'll never see that. And you don't have to get tested in order to do parasite cleansing. I recommend just doing it
Yeah.
3 to 4 times a year.
Yeah, like we talked about, just to kinda get rid of, some of those toxins that are floating around in our body that we do not
Yeah.
need and is weighing us down, literally and figuratively, and yeah, so oh my goodness gracious. So, I'm excited to dive into my kit and let everybody know how I'm feeling, and I'm just grateful for everything that you do, Kim. So, can you just let us know one more time where people can find you and all of the good things?
So you can find me on Mrs. Rogers Hood. That's MRSROGERSHOOD on all platforms. On Instagram, it's Mrs. Rogers Hood. And my podcast is called What's Eating You with the letter U. And you can find that on all platforms that podcasts are streamed, as well as YouTube.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. And as you have heard, like she's a wealth of information. So tune into her podcast too, because yeah, so much information that you put out for us. So thank you, Kim, for doing that and just for all the work that you do in the world. And for anybody who is, ready to dive into the kit, we'll make sure we have those links below. And, let us know if you do too. Give us some feedback. And if you have any other questions, reach out. And for all of our listeners, don't forget to share this with a friend who most likely needs to try this because it sounds like every single person does. So, and this is how we go together. So thank you again, Kim. Appreciate you. And
Thanks for having me.
thank you. We'll see everybody next time on the Life Lounge podcast.